Give me 1 second. Man, where the fuck is my trading view? Alright. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get everything set up right quick. Give me a second. Let me get the link. Let me send it out to the Discord. Alright, bet. Let me see what's going on. I'm finna do some chart markups right quick. See what we could get into for the week. Wait till some people pull up though. Yo, USDJPY going brazy though. Yo, what's up, Duke? What's up, Vincent? What's up? What's up, y'all? So look, I was supposed to be going live on my other channel, right? My main channel, but this shit was tweaking. Like, I couldn't get the streaming software to link to my other channel. So I'm gonna stream on here for the day, but tomorrow hopefully I get that shit fixed and we could go on my other channel and shit, cause I don't even really use this channel no more. But I was like, shit, I gotta hop on, cause I already told y'all I was gonna get on here. So I ended up just hopping on here right quick on this channel. But we finna look at the charts, and basically what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna just be doing some markups and shit. It's kind of late in the day. I was trying to get all this shit set up for y'all. I was trying to get everything set up, so I'm gonna clear all these charts. I'm gonna clear all my charts and we can start over and do our markups from the beginning, so we could kind of be ready for the week. Cause if y'all didn't know, it is NFP week right now, and it should be a big week depending on how everything look. We got a bunch of news and shit. What's up, Maz? What's up, my boy? We got news and other shit coming out this week, so it should be good. So yeah, give me 1 second. What y'all want to look at first? Y'all want to do some y'all want to do Nas 100, US 30, GJ? What y'all want to do first? Let me know. What's up, Nooski? How you, my boy? Alright, you said US 30, Nas 100. Alright, we getting more Nas 1. Yo, GJ already just like making a play. UJ2, they traded out of them gaps right there. I'm gonna show y'all in a second and shit, but let me show y'all Nas 100 and what I'm gonna basically be expecting to do. So we on a 4 hour. Let's go to the monthly right quick. Y'all can see where the drawn liquidity is for Nas, right? Y'all should know this by now. Look at the high that stick out the most. the high or low that stick out the most, and look at what price is trading toward, right? So personally, I would be expecting for them to trade toward that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're gonna hit that this month, but I mean it's a high chance that they would trade up to it. Especially with it being NFP week. The market for sure should go up there and take out that drawn liquidity up there. Now we do want to mark off this previous month low just to have it on here, and I'm gonna label all of this stuff right quick. Previous month low. It's gonna kind of, like I said, this stuff don't have to happen exactly the way we mark it up. We just want to kind of get an idea of what might happen so we could prepare for it. Like if something go wrong and something change up, you know what I'm saying, during the week, we could just react to it and switch our analysis or whatever. So I didn't put this as previous month low because it's not. It's like 3 months ago. This the high from 3 months ago, but it is our drawn liquidity. It look like right now on the monthly chart, so we just put that as buy side liquidity. But our previous monthly low, we put it right here, and then we're gonna mark off the previous month high as well, just to even though we already ran it, we still gonna label it up right quick. All right, so we got that. Then we're gonna go to the weekly. What's up, crazy? So we're gonna just clean our chart up as we go along though. So the previous month high already got hit. I'm gonna still leave a line on there, clean this up a bit. Now, going down to the weekly, right? Because we all on a new weekly candle. So the market could react and go two different scenarios, right? They could run a weekly high. I mean the previous week high, or they could run the previous week low. So you want to make sure you marking those off, just because this is our weekly drawn liquidity, right? It's always the previous week high or the previous week low. It don't change. So we're gonna put that up there just to keep it on the chart so we could pay attention to it. So we got that. What's up, Juice? We're gonna go to the daily, and we just gonna clean everything up. Like I said, if y'all wanna take notes or like mark off these levels as I'm doing it, y'all can, just so y'all can have a idea of what I'm looking at. Like I said, sometimes I get the direction wrong. Most of the time I'm right on the drawn liquidity or whatever, but it'd be hard to it'd be a little difficult when it come to getting the entries. That's where you gotta be a little bit more precise, and you might get tricked out of positions and the market still go your way. But this is why we do this stuff on a higher time frame, so we could make sure we staying in line with the overall bias, you know. So we got the previous week low and the previous week high, right? The market gonna either trade into one of those directions. It's looking like they trying to trade toward the previous week high. And we go down to the daily. And we kind of want to do the same thing. But since the previous day high is last week's previous week high, we're not gonna put nothing up here. What we gonna do is just put the previous day low right here. And what we gonna do is go up to the previous week high, and I'm gonna just edit the text up here and put a PDL as well. I'm gonna change that tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna be a new previous day high. But I'm just putting it on the chart for now because it looked like neither direction got hit today. So it is after 10 o'clock. We're gonna see what the market doing. So we're gonna go ahead and clean the chart up a bit, drag this over some, so it can line up with, you know what I'm saying, the next couple days. And let me see. We just gonna drag this over. All right. Let me know what y'all looking at too and what y'all think. You said, what's the Forex High System indicator? Hey, look at you paying attention to shit. So this is just some shit like me and a couple of my homies was building. One of them is a coder. One of them is real good at technical analysis and shit. So we working on an indicator. Well, this was an indicator we was working on for me. For trading a specific type of style, right? So if I open it up, you know what I'm saying? It'll basically this was just the beginning of the indicator we was creating. But we do got this other one right here called the it's basically it's a bot that will literally tell you the probability of where price is going to go to. So let me explain it to you right quick before I go into more detail. Say for instance, we looking at the chart, right? Say for instance, we looking at the chart, and let me see. I gotta wait till it load. I'm gonna show y'all what it is though. This shit fire though, but I'm about to show y'all in a second. It take a little bit of time to load sometimes. All right, so say for instance, we looking at NAS 100, right? You see how we got the previous day high up here and we got the previous day low. Say for instance, we ran up toward the previous day high, right, and took this out. If you look at the probability tool, right, it'll tell you what's the chance that price come back and touch like specific levels, right? So if the high get ran, if the previous day high get ran up here, it's a 46, 35, 29% chance price reach back down into this area right here, right? Let's say for instance the low was to get ran. Based off the data, it's a 60% chance if the low get ran, price will return up to here, right? 47% chance of it come up here, 35% chance of it come up here. So basically we use it to like find certain areas where the market may react off of and give us a trade entry, right? And we also use it to be able to tell when the market, like where the market is going to extend to. So looking up here, say for instance, it's basically, it'll show you like the percentages, like the probability that price reach up here to this level. It's a 67% chance price reach up here, a 41% chance price reach up here, a 26% chance price reaches up here, right? And this is all based off of data, right? This thing literally is looking at 988 days that it done, you know what I'm saying, did the calculation. You could see how many times the high got ran, how many times the low get ran. You could see how many days out of that 988 it ran both the high and low. So based off what that data is telling you, it's not a high chance that NAS 100 runs the previous day high and the previous day low in the same day, right? And it'll tell you today, like based off today's data, what's the chance that it run the high and low. It's a 3% chance that it will run both the high and low for today. You get what I mean? Based off of 988 days worth of data, this thing pretty accurate from what I've been seeing. So like I said, this ain't even a final version of the indicator that they creating. They still doing, you know what I'm saying, updates to it every day, adding more stuff to it. But this is basically something that we working on and planning on releasing soon. But I'll show y'all it live in action one day whenever, you know what I'm saying. Today the previous day high didn't get ran, so we not really looking at it at the moment. But let me see what US 30 did. The US 30 run the high. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all something on UJ as well. But give me 1 second. We gonna go back to NAS. Let me just show y'all something. I'll take it off. All right, it's loading. So yeah, on US 30, it's the same thing. They haven't ran the previous day high, and they haven't ran the previous day low. But it's saying it's a 72% chance price to reach up here. So it's a chance that based off the way price looking, it might run that previous day high. But UJ, on the other hand, if we look at it, I was looking at it this morning, so I'm about to show y'all kind of what I was looking at. Let me let it load right quick. Alright. So looking at UJ, you could see that let me see. See, it be changing and stuff, you know what I'm saying, as the candlesticks form. But early in the day, it was if you look at the previous day high, right, it was up here for Sunday. The market ended up taking that out because they traded above that. They traded above the market at market open, right, leaving this gap. So looking at price, what was it telling you? It was telling you that it was a 45% chance that price got back to this level right here, right, based off where price was trading at during market open. So you really could have looked for a sell opportunity up here, and you knew that it was a high chance that the market came right back to this level. And with it, and if you look at the level, that 45% chance was right inside this gap here, right? You could look at the line, that 45% at the 1.2, it lined up right exactly with the 50% of that gap, right? So knowing that, you knew you could have traded down toward that level, basically. But, you know what I'm saying? I'll do another video on this another day and show y'all, you know what I'm saying, a live scenario. But let's go back to Nas 100 right quick. So, all right, so we got that on Nas, right? We did the previous day low. We did all that. I'm going to move these back some because it's kind of getting too far for me to see on a lower time frame. And I'll extend it if it don't happen today. So, all right, so we go down to we went on a daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, I ain't really seeing nothing. I will mark this low off, though. It's just an area of interest. I'm not going to really put too much context on this. We just going to mark it and just put like the dollar sign right there in case price try to reach for it. Let's put it black. I'm going to take off. Leave it as a dotted line. All right, bet. Now we go to the hourly. And I want to mark off that gap. So you mark off that gap right there. It's looking like price already starting to trade off of it. I don't know if they're going to feel this 100%. This something you're just going to have to wait and see. Like, on the 15-minute, they traded down into it, right? And they stayed on the higher end of it. So I don't know if anybody in buys on Nas 100, but you might be in a good position to run that previous day high. That high from last week. If they gave a change of character on a smaller time frame. Let me see. Because it ain't really nothing else to look at on a 1 hour. That gap was what we needed to really pay attention to see where they going to run. So I'm thinking they're going to trade up to that previous week high, but we going to see if they break above this candle up here. So on the 30-minute, ain't really nothing happening. I would pay attention to this candle here and see what they do. See if we respect this and trade low and try to fill the rest of that. We go to the 15-minute. It's not really nothing. I see a balanced price range right here. Price could reach up into that and give a reaction. We go down to the 5-minute and see if we see anything down here. Nah, we go to the 1 minute. All right, so we ended up creating about 3 lows down here. So we created this initial low. We took it out, create another low here, and then we create another low here. We end up having a change of character right here. So this was that change of character. And if you look at this small 1 minute gap, they did give a trade off of that. So it could have been like a setup that looked like this. Either trading up to this high or trading up to this high. You would have got a nice 1 or 2 out of that, which they should trade up into this high. It's looking like price should trade up into that. I don't know if anybody took those buys, but that would have been a cool setup to take on Nas 100 out of that gap down there. See, the thing is, anytime you're looking at these gaps, right, and you see price trading in them, the way I like to do them, depending on which way the market is going, right, I want to trade toward wherever I think the drawing liquidity is. I'm not necessarily looking for this gap to get filled 100% on every single pair, right? Because if you look at all the pairs today, they all kind of had it. GJ had it, Gold had it, US 30, Nas had it, UJ had it as well. Anytime I see that, I'm not expecting for the gaps to get 100% filled on every pair, right? It may come close on certain ones, but you just really want to look for that change of character, leaving that gap around a specific time frame, right? So I like to base it off the 4 hour candles, right? So knowing that, if you look at this 4 hour candle right here, y'all see how it closed bearish, but then it like squeezed all the way back up. I mean, how it was going bearish and then it squeezed all the way back up. Looking at this one, if we go down to the hourly, you will see that this hourly candle closed inside of this gap. So I'm looking, Usually I would like to wait for the 4-hour candle to close, right? So this 35 minutes left on this one, I would be looking to probably look for a trade after that. But depending on the type of setup that you're looking at in the pair, Nas 100, you can kind of start looking for it at 10 o'clock, right? You will be expecting for that 10 o'clock candle to retrace after that big drop, right? So you see how we had this huge drop here, but we did get the change of character on a lower time frame, and the change of character happened. I mean, they started forming that setup around like 9:58, around 9:50, and then 10 o'clock price tapped down into this PD array and ended up giving you a good amount of pips going back toward the other side. But like I said, on certain pairs, I would like to see that 4-hour candle close before I start looking for a reversal, right, in the morning time. But yeah, so that's what we see for Nas 100. Like I said, pay attention to this candle range right here. This range up in here, see what price do when they get up in here. I expect it to probably trade toward this. If it trade back lower, they probably trade and try to fill the rest of that gap. But yeah, I ain't messing with Nas 100 right now. I'm just doing an analysis for y'all just to give y'all some context. We're going to do the same thing for US 30, but I'm going to just breeze through this one right quick so I could get to a couple other pairs for y'all before I get off. It should be a good week, though. NFP week been good this year for some reason. Like, NFP been giving some good moves, so I'm excited for this week. Like I said, I'm going to be on here live with y'all probably Monday through Friday. Like I said, I got to get my other channel to be unlocked for live streaming because they got it locked for some reason. But once I get that unlocked, we should be good. So previous monthly low. Hold on, previous month high. All right, go down to the weekly. Yeah, see for US 30, it's a little weirder. We see this fair value gap here, right? Now they traded out of it toward the upside. They traded out of it going toward the upside, but I would like to see them touch that 50%. You know what I'm saying? And see what happened. Because the way this weekly candle closed, I think they might run that previous week low again. I'm not gonna lie. It is set up for better buys anyway. If price going up to 44,000, a deeper retracement wouldn't be bad. Let me see where we at on this Fib. Yeah, I wouldn't mind price going a little bit low on US 30 before looking for buys. Are those current month high and low? Nah, the previous month. Let me make sure I ain't do that. I was tripping. Yeah. You right. I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Yeah, I did the current month. My bad. We actually was supposed to do this one. That's what happened when you moving too fast. So that's the previous month high, and this the previous month low. My bad. I'm glad you pointed that out because I would have been off. All right. Let me take this Fib off. All right, we got that. Appreciate you for that share. Now we on to the weekly, and we're gonna do the same thing. And like I said, looking at the previous month high though, let me go back to the monthly right quick. So looking at this previous month high, I wouldn't be surprised because I can't really see where US 30 going because it ain't got no data up here, right? The only thing we know about US 30 is trading at an all-time high. Ain't really no level for us to base a setup off of, unlike Nas 100. You see, we got an actual drawn liquidity for Nas, right? For US 30, we really got nothing as far as like the monthly time frame goes. We did run a previous month high. The only other thing I could see happening is when this candle close in 3 days, we end up maybe running this low, right, for the next month. So we end up running this low for the next month and trying to maybe continue to expand toward the upside or work our way down to this one. So for right now, US 30 kind of hard to like read, in my opinion, on the higher time frame because it's nothing for us to trade off of. You know what I'm saying? We do got weekly structure. We got the previous week high up here, and we got this previous week low, which it looked like they might try to run. So I'm gonna mark those off. Let's go to the daily. All right, so we got that previous week high, previous week low. We looking cool on this. Like I said, based off this range, I would want to see US 30 start moving down. In my opinion, I wouldn't even mind if they was to run this low right here, right, that previous month low. I wouldn't mind if that got ran, to be honest with you, or they started to move toward that direction, because we do got a swing high up here. If you look on the daily, right, a swing high is when you got the high and then the low to the right and the low to the left. The high to the right and left is lower than the initial high. So this is a swing high on the daily chart. So we could see some more bearish movement on US 30. So what we're gonna do is mark off the previous day high as well. And since the previous week low line up with the previous day high, we just gonna hold on. Not bad. I ain't done this much talking in a long time, bro. I don't even really do YouTube videos no more. I kind of really don't even like doing YouTube no more, to be honest with you. I've been enjoying my peace, to be honest. Previous day high. All right. So now let's go down to the lower time frames, the 4 hour. And all we doing is just trying to find key levels right now. We ain't really looking for entries and all that. We just looking for key levels. All right. So based off of this price swing, I'm gonna draw a fib on here too, just to see how far we don't push down and like where the key levels line up with. So this high look like it might get ran on US 30, which would be a good thing if we trying to go toward the downside. This high up here at the 79, we're gonna have to see how price react. I had a second entry at 42,439 on the 1 minute, closed at 500. 42,439. You saying you closed at 42,500 or you closed at like $500 profit? 5th of November almost here. What's November 5th, bro? Oh, the election. Yeah. What's up, Maz? How you doing today, bro? You catch any trades? Let me clean this up a bit. All right. So yeah. All right, so we got that. On the 1 hour, ain't really nothing to pay attention to. I mean, we could mark off this gap right here, but personally, I want to see if they trade through it or not. So I'm not gonna put this on a box. I'm gonna just do it like that and put the bubbles on there right quick. Just cause it's like it's something I'm paying attention to, but I'm not basing my analysis off of that, right? So we gonna mark that off just to see how price reacting here. We shouldn't had too many hourly candles stuck inside this range. So all right, we're gonna go to that. Then we go to the 15. I should be able to see that gap, which is crazy because they actually didn't even touch it on US 30. That's interesting. So yeah, we're gonna see what they end up doing. I would like to see them reach into that gap, but it would make sense for them to stop out anybody that got sales up in here, right? Stop out the people that got sales up in here and then go down and reach for that. To start like that continuation down to here is what I believe. I don't think US 30 finna be bullish starting this week off. I think we're gonna be bearish. But that's our analysis for US 30. I'm gonna be paying attention to it just to see what happened. See if our analysis line up. Like I said, if anything, I will wait to see if they run this high or run this low first before looking for any type of play. Like I said, looking at that gap right here on that, what was it, the 30 minute? Yeah, looking at this 30 minute gap. What was it, the hourly? Yeah, hourly. This could hold up, but my thing is where the stop loss is at, right? Anytime I'm looking at setups and I'm trying to see like where the trade toward, I'm looking at where people stop losses at. And I know for sure people took sales up here and they got their stop loss up here, so I wouldn't be surprised if a stop hunt happened. You say you caught 2 losses, done for the day. Hey, it's all good, bro. The market's been tough, bro. The market's been tough for everybody. It ain't just you. It is not just you, my boy. Alright. So now we're going to go to GJ. And this with it, you know what I'm saying? GJ got some good setups. performing for the week. All right. So we looking at GJ, right? And y'all know where GJ going. I told y'all this months ago. I mean, about a month ago, we had did that 400 pip trade in the Discord. Like I said, I'm still eating off of that setup alone. But looking at GJ, you can see we gonna mark off this area up here as buy side liquidity for the monthly, right? But that's not what we really paying attention to. But I'm gonna show y'all why. So this is the buy side. And I'm gonna just put monthly so we know where it's at. Hold on. It's the buy side liquidity on the monthly, right? As you can see, we just ran the previous month high. I already told y'all GJ was going to 200 way back when GJ was at like 192, right? When we first took that 400 pip trade, if we would have held that shit all the way till now, bro, we'd have been eating. But anyway, we're going to go to the previous month high and put that on there. Like I said, I've been real into the Forex pairs lately because them shit's been moving beautifully, yo. It just be, when it comes to the Forex pairs, you really got to be up at certain times. Like, they been happening during London session more than they happen during New York. So if you ain't lined up with that time frame, it's gonna be hard for you to catch like the setups consistently, which I don't really wake up during London. That's when I be going to sleep, bro. I gotta get my 8 hours. But yeah, I'm thinking about switching my schedule around to fuck with London session a little more, but I gotta get my body used to sleeping at this, you know what I'm saying, a little bit earlier. But all right, we got this right here. We got the previous month high and the previous month low. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the weekly, and I'm going to show y'all why I was anticipating for GJ to continue, you know what I'm saying, going bullish. Like, I sent the trade out in the Discord last week. They stopped us out by 10 pips, but it ended up still going toward our target later that day, right? And the reason that I had that bias was because of this fair value gap up here on the weekly chart. Y'all see this gap up here? Now look at this drop. We had this huge drop on the weekly with no retracement. So we ended up taking buys like a couple of weeks ago right here at 192. And look at how much, you know what I'm saying, we'd have been up if we would have held that trade all the way up to 200. So what I'm thinking, based off the way this low looking down here, I wouldn't be surprised if we respected this gap and continue to move lower for GJ, right? Going back down to this low down here. So this will be like the sell side liquidity, right, on the weekly. But it's a chance they could run that high as well. So we just got to pay attention to price and see what they do. But right now, if I'm you, I'm trading toward this fair value gap. I'm trading toward the 50% of that fair value gap, right? 200 is like the number that you really want to look for, but you know they're gonna go up, they're gonna go a bit above it. So you probably solid the trade up to like 200.500. So from where we at now, you got about a good 200 pips that GJ could pay out going toward that area. What's the latest on the one on the account you were flipping? 1K account, I think. When was the last time I was doing one though? Because the last one I did, I flipped it to like 20K, and then I stopped. I ain't did another one since. Right now I just been trading on big capital. Like I ain't really been trading the smaller accounts right now because I've been on other accounts and shit, but like I got a decent account right now on Hanko. I got 15K in this shit, but I ain't really I'm waiting for like fire setups though, so I could see what's really gonna happen and I could capitalize. I ain't trying to just be doing those stupid ass scalps and shit, you feel me? But yeah, I got an account loaded up and shit for whenever some good setups happen this week. So what time frame was we on? The weekly. All right. So yeah, this one I'm expecting GJ to trade to. Y'all can see it's clearly trading up there. So we go down to the lower time frame. We break it down to the daily. Let me go back to the weekly one time, and we just gonna mark off that level though, cause price be reacting off these levels. Y'all gotta have that shit on here. The previous week high, we gonna mark that off, and then we gonna go to the previous week low. right? I'm smelling dinner this new month now for sure. That's what I'm trying to smell. All right, so we go to the daily, and we can see ain't really nothing happening on the daily as of yet. So we just gonna leave that alone. We did go above the previous day high, so we marked that level off. I'm just showing y'all how to find the drawn liquidity and shit. Shit's simple. Previous day low. All right. So we go down to the 4 hour, and as you can see, I'm gonna extend this a little bit, but I'm gonna make the line smaller, just so it's not taking up too much space. Same for this, because it already got ran. We don't need it all the way like bold. All right, so we go down to the 4 hour. You can see what's going on right there. We go down to the 1 hour. We got the gap, right? As y'all can see. Now let me see if this level makes sense. What's that? That's the ICT shit. Let me see. You gonna do another 100 to 1,000 flip, or 200 to 2,000? Shit, we gonna see. I was looking at those YouTube videos and shit, where that dude did that so-called did that $100,000 that $100 to $1 million. I was thinking about doing some shit like that, but not to no fucking million though. Probably to like 100K. See if I could take like 1,000 to 100K. But I know I could do it. It should just take time. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on the mindset that I'm in and the way the charts is moving to see if I could be able to like catch those type of setups and shit. But all right. So let's see. You're looking at 992 days. Blah blah blah. Let's go. So you can see on the hourly we had this fair value gap right here. With this market open gap. They end up forming on GJ. They came down, traded into it. Did a stop hunt as well right here on this sell side liquidity. On a lower time frame. As you can see. And they basically left the rest of that gap open. Now the reason they did that is because they trading up toward 200. Right? They're going up there to hit that level. You might see GJ retrace the rest of the week though, right? Because like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we was to run that previous week low after topping into 200, right? So based off of where GJ moving, I will only be looking for buy opportunities. I'm not saying that price can't come back down here in the next day and try to top back down into this gap, but usually it's a good sign that when they come down into these fair value gaps and they stay on the upper end of it, right? Meaning that they don't trade below that 50% and close below it, you usually got a setup that's going to continue going toward that direction. So looking at GJ, you could see they ended up giving a change of character and shit on a smaller time frame. Even on the 5-minute chart, they ended up showing a change of character, right? If we looking at the high over here, right, this last bullish candle right here before they swept them lows, you could see that we traded above it. The market ended up pushing down. It probably look better on the 1 minute. Let me see. Yeah, you could see right here we end up having a lower fair value gap on the 1 minute. You could have took this trade in. And this would have been like a 18 pip stop loss going back to 200. Even if you was just going up to this high up here, you would have got 136. Right now we sitting at about 80 pips off of that play though. But even on the 5-minute chart, say you don't really trust like trade on the 1 minute, you can still wait for the same thing on the 5-minute. You see the change of character happen. They end up breaking above the high again. You could have took this fair value gap right here going up. You know what I'm saying? And you would have wanted to put your stop loss in the same place just because it's the Forex pairs. Them shits be tripping sometimes. 30 pip stop loss still not bad. to have gained 70 pips off this trade. That's still over a 1 or 2. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's GJ. If I'm looking at where you could probably try to get in and find some trade opportunities now, they do have this 15-minute fair value gap here. You know what I'm saying? It lined up with this breaker right here. Let me mark it off like this though. Right, so you got that breaker right there that you could have took this trade off of. It just depends on if you want to be in a range like this, you know what I'm saying, trading in a range like this, expecting it to continue to go higher. So depending on if you like trading in situations like this where you will have to put your stop, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down here, a 50 pip stop to get, let's say you was trading all the way up to 200. At 200, that's 150. Even if you just wanted an even 100 though, just trade into this gap on the weekly, you could get 100 right there in the entry of that gap if price will trace to that 15-minute fair value gap and respect it. So like I said, when they come to those, you will want to see them stay above the 50%. If it's going to continue to go your way, you will want to see it respect the top half of that fair value gap. If it start trading toward the lower half and closing in there, 9 times out of 10 they probably going to run that low again. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I be looking at the markets when I'm looking at it. The same setup happened for GJ though. I mean for UJ, that happened on GJ. Traded inside of that gap. This was your manipulation right here. Yeah, open the ticket in the Discord sheet and I got you. Or you could just message me on Discord privately and I'm gonna check. What's your Discord name, bro? So I can look out for you. So yeah, same thing happened for GJ though. You see the and they gave a divergence play too, so it was a SMT play. You had a divergence down here on the 5-minute, on the 1-minute, aggressive move above these highs here. Well, I know some of y'all, sometimes when y'all looking for the change of character, y'all probably be expecting for them to run like the swing high up here. That's not really what you want to be looking for if you're trying to get those tight entries, right? You want to look for the bullish candles that get expanded over. So as you can see, these are the last 2 bullish candles we had here before price end up making a new low. And then when we expanded with all these bullish candles going up, you just want to look for a fair value gap to enter off of. So your fair value gap would have been right here on UJ. And as you can see, this would have paid 15 pips. And you would have been up about 50. So GJ ended up moving more than UJ did. But you know what I'm saying? It's still a lot of money. If you had a 14 pip stop loss and a 50 pip TP, depending on what you risk, that's almost a 1 to 4. So like I said, for UJ, I'm still expecting for them to go toward the upside because they already done filled majority of that gap, right? I don't really see no reason for them to push back down here today. We're gonna scroll through a couple of time frames though, just to see if it's any imbalances where the market could possibly give us some type of trouble going back toward the upside. All right, so on the 4-hour, we could clearly see we got this fair value gap here on the 4-hour. This is where I'd be trading to. If I'm in any GJ, not yet, can you please share the link for your Discord, please? I got you, Andrew. Or you know, in the Discord, you will have to, it's not even in this YouTube channel, bro. You will have to go to my other channel and click the description and join it that way. But yeah, so for UJ, you can see the fair value gap up here. And remember how I was telling y'all those 4-hour candles is what you kind of want to like base your setups off of in the morning time. You see how we got this bearish close down inside this fair value gap. Us knowing that we got a fair value gap on a 4-hour sitting right above here, right above this candle. And we already know we still in a bullish trend. What do that tell you? That on that next 4-hour candle, it lined up with time, right? This candle opened up at 9 o'clock. That's when you want to start looking for your buys, right? You want to start looking for your buys after that 4-hour candle close that started at 5 o'clock. So we let this one close. Let them push down into that gap. Let it close. Near the closing of that candle, we start looking for the change of character. right? As you can see, they end up giving a change of character around 8:30. But we know in 30 minutes that hourly candle about to close. And if we not expecting for them to run that low again, right? If we expecting this next 4-hour candle to go bullish, what do that mean? We expecting for this low to get respected, right? We don't want to see them sweep this low again, right? So that's how I, you know what I'm saying, get in the market when I get in the market with like these tight stops and trying to catch a reversal. I'm waiting on the 4-hour candles to show me that price action. So as you can see, that would have been your play for UJ. And trying to see if it could come back down. You do got a 15-minute fair value gap here. Right, we got a 15-minute fair value gap here. It is lined up with a balanced price range as well. So it could be high probability. But like I said, same thing with this. You would want to see them stay on the upper end of this fair value gap. They could push down into the lower end, but you would want to see it close above the 50% to indicate that price is trying to move higher. So that 4-hour fair value gap up there should get hit though. I don't see no reason why I wouldn't. Like I said, it's still a little bit of this gap they get filled, but they fill majority of it. I don't really see no reason for them to come back down today. So yeah, you could pay attention to this level here and mark this off. Probably change the color. All right. Now you said GU. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all what happened on GU. Cause when I was trying to get my stream set up this morning, I seen GU doing something. So looking at the, I'm gonna do everything from the monthly just like I did from the last one. We're gonna go and mark off these levels right quick. So we got the previous month high. And this video gonna get uploaded on this channel too, so y'all can see the stream after it's done. If y'all wanna come back to it later in the week to see like if any of this stuff play out. So we're gonna go previous month high. Previous month low. Alright, so we just ran the previous month low on GU. So we done took out that liquidity. We go down to the weekly. And we also tapped into this fair value gap here, and we starting to leave it. So like I said, anytime we looking at that, we want to see a trade. Like we want to see price trade out of the upper end of that fair value gap. So us trading out of here is a good sign that we starting to, you know what I'm saying, reverse and go the opposite direction. Now, where your drawn liquidity gonna be for GU? It's gonna be the previous week high and the previous week low is the levels you're gonna want to pay attention to. Right? So we're gonna mark those off. Previous week low. What's that? The previous week high. All right. My Discord is on my other channel. If you type in the Forex sites, I don't know if you knew. You go to the Forex sites and you just look at one of my descriptions of my videos and you will be able to see the link in it. My Telegram not open right now because I ain't doing live trading. Like I'm not accepting like private live trading students at the moment because I'm doing it for y'all for free at the moment right now. So y'all get to just tune in and just watch me do it. So all right, so we got the previous week high and the previous week low. Like I said, since we traded out of this gap the last week, I'm expecting for price to move up here to this fair value gap on the weekly. That's where my eyes get drawn to. And usually when it's like an area of interest that I really want to pay attention to, I mark the fair value gap off red, right? I don't want to have this one red because we already traded into it. It'll confuse me and think I want to see price continue to go down. A blue one, I use blue as like my neutral color, right? It's like something that I want to pay attention to, but it's not like something that's super important. The red levels is where I really want to see price go to, right? So that's how I deter. That's how I basically identify and be able to, like, when I go to the smaller time frames, know which direction I'm supposed to be trading at. All right, we traded into that blue one. I'm expecting for them to go the opposite way. So we got what we needed to do on a weekly, right? We got that weekly fair value gap. We just traded out of a weekly fair value gap last week. Now we go to the daily and see if anything else line up for what we trying to do. So looking at the daily, first thing I'm going to want to do is draw this fib. You could see that we done already came down to the 62 and the 70, right? We done traded right in between that 62 and 70 on the Fed. Which is, you know what I'm saying, our optimal trade entry. Where we want to be looking to get into buys if we looking to go long based off of our Fibonacci, right? So, looking at that, all right, we know GU done traded into a good level to start the week off. If we trade above the previous day high, I'm expecting every day for the rest of the week to trade toward the upside, right? Until we get to this previous week high. So that fair value gap is like a target that we would be paying attention to in the future, depending on how we trade once we get up here. But right now, like I told y'all, the previous day high and the previous day low is your targets for like intraday. So we go down here and do the previous day high as well. And all right, so we done traded through both of them actually. So we traded through the previous day high just now, and we traded through the previous day low during London session. It looked like. So we actually cleared both of those ranges. But if you look at this lower time frame on the 1 hour, you can see we got this gap here that ended up getting traded into, right? And look at how we traded. We traded above the 50% of it, right? We closed above the 50% of this gap. They had traded down into this before, and we came and touched the 50% and stayed on that upper end of it. So it's looking good as far as like what we want to see GU doing as far as like the direction. So that's good for GU. What I am going to mark off though is this fair value gap here. So since we already traded into this one, I'm taking this off the screen because it's not of relevance to me anymore. And I want to pay attention to this one right here and see what we do when we come back into it. So that's what we got on the 4 hour. We're gonna go to the 1 hour. See if it's anything to pay attention to. I ain't really seeing nothing on the 1 hour. And this will be our previous day. If this low hold here, this will be our previous day low for tomorrow. So like I said, in this situation, I would really not want to see them run this low. Tomorrow I would want to see them trade down. Depending on how far they expand up today, I would want to see them trade back into today's candles range, but protect this low. So for now on the 1 hour, this gonna be our sell side liquidity on the lower time frame for GU. Right? On the 1 hour. Not saying that it can't get ran, but I don't want to see it get ran. Now we got to the 15-minute. Yeah, as you can see, the same thing happened for GU. After they traded down into that gap and traded in that 50%, we got the change of character. And they gave it to you on a couple different time frames. They gave it to you on the 15-minute. As you can see, we traded above the high on the 15-minute. End up giving a fair value gap here. You could have took the trade in there. Right, so you would have entered there. You would have had a 13 pip stop. This is why I like the Forex page. You could get these super tight stops. Like, I could put a 20 lot on this trade and would have made $8,000, $9,000 off this trade if I had took it. So yeah, that would have been the setup for GU. I think I seen them do another one on a 5-minute. Yeah, on a 5-minute, they end up giving a fair value gap. It was kind of the same thing, right? We could have even took this one. Right, we could have took this one because they did trade above these highs. Or if you just wanted to wait and see if they traded above this swing high here on the lower time frame, that 15-minute one would have been your best opportunity. But either way, you couldn't have really went wrong with either one of them because they both ended up playing out. But that's for GU. I'm going to take this gap off because it already done happened. And all we doing right now is just marking up the chart for the next couple days to see what we could be anticipating. So that's my markup on on GU. As you can see, my area of interest right now is this previous week high. After that get taken out, I'm looking for them to trade into this weekly fair value gap up here. Intraday is getting kind of late, so I wouldn't expect for GU to push back down into this and really give no high probability move. Let me see. I'm gonna post a link in the chat. Hold on. Let me find it, Brody. You said check Nas. Hold on. What's going on Nas? They pushing back down. Let me see. Yeah, so Nas ended up trading out of that little the area I was telling y'all to pay attention to. that candlestick on the 30-minute. And they formed the fair value gap here too on Nas 100 after that 30-minute candle closed. What was this box up here? 15-minute? Yeah. It's looking like Nas might run that low again. Yeah, Nas got some more of this gap to fill. So there's a chance that they could come back down into that. And probably in the PM session they might try to push up. That's why I said when it come to these gaps, it's like that ain't filled all the way. You better off taking the opposite pair that kind of did it. So like if you look at GJ filled it a little bit. I would have been nervous on taking that GJ setup, but the UJ setup was a lot more high probability because you could see how much of that we done closed. All right, we basically closed. Let me see. Starting from up here. Yeah, we closed a good amount of that gap. There was literally only about 3-4 pips left in that gap. So yeah, Nas 100. Let me go to the 1 minute though. Did they give any change of character up here? Yeah, they kind of did. But it's only on one candle though. So we end up running this high here, displacing below these lows on this one candle. And they did leave a little fair value gap here. Probably would have played out for a sale. But like I said, in situations like this, I'm not even really looking for these type of trades because they too 50-50. The market could go either way. It could come back to that gap or it could continue to push higher. The only one I would have took was this one. Only setup I would have took this morning was this one around 10 o'clock because it lined up with our time, right? We looking for a silver bullet at 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, this would have been that silver bullet right here. And we would have just wanted to trade it to this high. I wouldn't have been looking to go all the way up here. You get what I mean? Because you want to get out at the most reasonable area of interest. And that's up here. So Nas 100 is trading back down to this order block down here. We about to see how it react though. It look like it's gonna just trade through it. US 30. What is they doing? US 30 filled that gap as well in between those bubbles right here. And like I said, they never even touched inside the gap on US 30. So US 30 might push down as well. You might see they starting to form a divergence up here too, as you can see. Yeah, so US 30 might sell off as well. Let me see what price looking like on the lower time frame. I wonder if they're gonna push back up into this again. Damn, I ain't even checked gold yet. All right, so hold on. Let me look at gold. Yo, gold was crazy this morning, yo. I get up this morning and look at gold because I was expecting for them to trade back up to that 2746 level on the because of that gap, right? Let me just go to the lower time frame instead of doing the whole markup. Y'all see this gap right here on gold? As you can see, if we go down to the lower time frame, they end up giving a change of character on gold down to here. If we really go to the lower time frame, you would see on the 1 minute, right? So I was looking at this intermediate low right here. When I was on the charts last night, I was looking at that intermediate low. You seen how we ended up? I think it might have happened on the 1 minute. Yeah. All right. So you see how we traded above this high, right? We traded above that high. We left this fair value gap right here. Price stayed on the upper end of it, bro. I hesitated pulling this setup, bro. I was about to really pull that shit, but I said, bro, I don't really like the way these lows was just piled up here. But I seen the setup, and I was about to take it. I just hesitated on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know for sure whether it was going to push back up to that 2746 before going lower to like These lows down here at 27.17 because they was moving real aggressive toward the downside. But they end up changing character right here on the 1 minute. And if I had took this trade, bruh, mind you, I was about to put a 10 lot on this shit. I would have been risking 1,500 all the way back up to 27.45. I was trying to take it to. Bro, I'd have made almost $20,000 off that trade if I had pulled it. And we end up hitting 27.45 later in the day. We came back to entry, you know what I'm saying, close back to entry, but that shit would have been a fire setup to take. I just had hesitated. And then I even seen it on the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, they came back. They came back to that level. Like another gap that was in here. Right here on the 15 minute. But like I said, I don't like to really take them when they close below that 50%. Even though it still ended up playing out, I just ain't want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a missed opportunity on gold. I'm just pissed about that. Not gonna lie. Gold has been playing Asia session for the last 2 weeks. I've caught trades that played out for gold during New York session too. Yeah, gold been going crazy during Asia, but it's like it been happening kind of late. Like what time this setup was happening? This was at 12 in the morning when it came back on the 15 minute, right? It ended up giving a 1 minute setup around like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and it was just like, hold on, where is it at? I don't be reading that military time. Fuck all that. But yeah, that shit was moving nice, bro. I don't really know where gold could go though. Like I ain't really been that locked in on gold, so I don't really want to give y'all an analysis on this and have y'all confused. I gotta let the week build out. I would prefer to probably look to trade gold probably like next week if I do end up taking any setups on it, because I want to see, like, we've been trading in between this price leg for a minute, and I'm trying to really see like when we gonna trade out of it. We gonna either run that high or run that low or run this high. So for now, if I was to look for anything on gold, it'll probably be around like 27.10. You know what I'm saying? 27.50 up in here. It might get some type of sale opportunity. Who knows? I'm gonna sit out on gold for now though, because the chart's not clean. Like I said, I'll be looking for those setups where it's like super duper stand out. And if it don't stand out on a higher time frame, I don't really like to take that shit, because I'm not in a profession to lose money. You feel me? I don't like losing money, so I'm leaving that shit alone for now until it clear up a little bit. You said Nas 100. Yeah, Nas trading down toward that gap. Where's the low at though? How far can it reach? Let me see. Yo, we got news tomorrow. Let me check the calendar. Hey, whoever the dude was asking for the Discord link, I'm finna post it in the chat right quick. I'm gonna just pin it. So you ain't gotta ask again. But let me see. This will be a 40 pip stop. I ain't finna take that shit. I'm just trying to see the range. If it was to go all the way down here to where it's at on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, that's about 100 pips still. Only thing is they ain't run that low. What the daily look like? Yeah, that's a weird one. Only reason I say that though is cause we haven't ran the previous day high or the previous day low. So it's one of them situations where it's like you gotta really just wait and see what happens, cause where the lower day at? The lower day right here at 24.10. So right here. Yeah, it depends on what they do. If they run that lower day, most likely they might try to push down and fill the rest of that gap. But I do see them trying to expand back up later though. I don't see them just going straight bearish, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna push down and then still probably try to push back up later. Yeah, I ain't closing it right now. Mark one. 30 ain't really doing nothing. Did they push back up into that gap? It looked like. Man, 30 and odds play so much, bruh. I really don't be liking these pads no more, to be honest with you. I be needing that shit to be super clean. Yeah, y'all kind of got an idea what I'm looking for this week, right? As far as like my direction on most of these pads. Like I said, for GJ and UJ, I'm still expecting bullishness. Until GJ get to that 200 level. Once we get up here into this fair value gap, then we reevaluate and see what happened. Because like I said, I would like to see them continue to go to the downside from out of here on a weekly time frame anyway. Until we run them these lows down here. There's a bunch of liquidity resting down here on the weekly chart. But yeah, so y'all kind of got the idea of what I'm looking for this week, right? Euro. I'm gonna try to get on a little bit earlier tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get on my other channel and stream. I just wanted to make sure I got on here and tap in with y'all and give y'all a little bit of advice on what I'm expecting for the week. So tomorrow, tune in to my other channel. If y'all should be subscribed to it already, but that's why I plan on streaming that tomorrow. So hopefully my YouTube thing be unlocked by then, and we'll be good to go. If it's not, then I'll just stream on here again. I gotta figure that out because I enabled the live stream and I don't know why they wouldn't let me do it though. We finna figure it out after I get off here. But yeah, this is what I'm expecting for the week, and hopefully we could get some good entries taking us toward these levels. Yeah, it's gonna go up on the channel as soon as I'm done. Everything gets saved. Even when I start streaming on my other channel, it's gonna be saved because I ain't really about to be doing too many YouTube videos no more. Because I'd rather just do this and do everything, you know what I'm saying, on here. That way I ain't gotta record and do all that extra shit and edit videos and shit. This way better in my opinion. I'm able to just get on here and chop it up with y'all, show y'all what I'm doing. If I get into a trade, I take the trade on here. It ain't gotta be too much hard work. All y'all gotta do is be on the live and y'all let's see what's going on. So tap in with me tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow earlier. Y'all see US 30. That's why I ain't take that trade, bro. I ain't trust that shit at all. I did not trust that shit at all. Now they probably end up using this shit as an inverted gap, going toward the upside or something to take out this level up here. They probably don't run them. They probably don't go for that gap on 30 until they touch this high. Nah, I'm not in no trade on Nas. I was just marking off price ain't even get back up there. I was just marking off a level trying to calculate how far we was in the range. But no, I'm not in it. Let me see what the 15-second looking like on Nas. Just a little weird. They kinda gave a little change of character on the 15-second. But yeah, we're gonna look for some nice setups this week though. So yeah, tap in with me tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow off if I could wake up on time, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, just so I could be up when bond open. And maybe I'm gonna be up a little bit earlier so we could catch some Forex shit too. Cause I do want to try to get some GBP, USD, and Euro trades. So if I do any London session trading, I'll stream that shit as well, but it depends on if I'm up. But I do want to start getting up during London and looking because I know the Forex page be giving some good moves. So I'm going to keep y'all updated with everything though. But yeah, pull up tomorrow and the rest of the week I'm going to be here.